Hello, my love. Use feminine energy to manifest more love and more money into your life. Welcome back to another live. Today's live, we are going to dive straight into how to use feminine and masculine energies in order to manifest more love and more money. If this is the first time you have ever caught me live in your entire life, please say hi in the comments. And if you are catching the replay, let me know with the word neuro in the replay in the comment section so I know you've caught the replay. And say hi as you're jumping on. Hi Karen, hello. It's so good to have you here. So today, what I wanted to talk about is how to understand feminine and masculine polarities. When it comes to manifesting the love or manifesting the money that you desire, it really does come to understanding what masculine and feminine energy is. Masculine and feminine energy is something that we both, men and women, hold within us. They're energies, they're certain traits and qualities that we have, and obviously as women we hold more feminine energy and men hold more masculine energy. The reason why we want to access more feminine energy, because as women we have more strengths as women to attract. Okay, so if you think of whenever you get intimate with a man, or when you are dancing ballroom or bachata or salsa, you are always going to be the one in the flow, the one receiving, right? You are being led by a masculine energy. So I want you to think of masculine and feminine energies that way, but we also hold feminine and masculine energies within us. And we need a healthy balance of both. Otherwise they become very, how would you say it? We start to be very wounded in the way that we show up in the world. We start to not be able to attract the money that we desire. We can't attract the love that we desire. And as a woman, if you want to attract more love or healthy masculine men that can provide for you, that can lead you, that can protect you and keep you safe, they are looking for a feminine woman. If you want more money to show up in your life, money is a neutral energy. It has more of a masculine texture for sure. However, you want to be able to show up in your energy to be able to attract, so things don't feel like you're forcing it, you're moving it up a hill. Hello Carolina. You want to be able to attract, because that is your God's given gift, to be able to attract to you, as opposed to going out there and pursuing and hustling and taking action and really forcing, right? That type of energy, it feels very exhausting. I know I went through that. I definitely went through the whole hustle and grind. I need to make more money than men. I need to really prove myself and compete with other people and compete with men and women in my life, because I didn't feel worthy, or I didn't feel good enough to just be a woman, to rest and to relax and to receive. And it's so important that you heal these two energies within yourself, because that makes you magnetic. That makes you so magnetic to men. That makes you so magnetic to money. And understanding first and foremost that masculine energy is like the container of a swimming pool or like the riverbed, and the feminine energy is like water flowing down a stream. It flows, it's beautiful, it's unpredictable. And that is your feminine energy, especially when you're on your period, when you have so many different emotions throughout your cycle. And the thing is, even as men, if they are not tapped into their feminine energy, they're going to struggle to make money as well, because they are not tapped into their creative flow, their heart space, their emotions. And if they're so blocked off from it, they're so shielded off from life and being able to attract even a feminine partner or more love because they can't open their heart. Okay, so the importance of feminine and masculine energies is that we do need both in our lives in order to attract what we want. So more to understand more of the masculine energies are the providership, the protection. So you do need, as a woman, to have healthy masculine energy. You do need to be able to go out there, make your money, like, if you know, provide for yourself. If there's no one providing for you, you do need to take action, because if we are all feminine energy all the time, we would just be eating ice cream and whatever you love eating every single day and really just being. You're not doing anything. The most attractive people know how to have a balance of both. Okay, so drop an emoji in the comments if you are picking up what I'm putting down, you understand what I mean so far. When you heal both, so understanding that the masculine energy is the providership, it's the protection, it's the structure in your life, it's the security that you provide for yourself, right? Then the feminine energy is the ability to be emotional, the ability to be nurturing to your child, the ability to connect with your heart. It's the ability to drop into your body. Okay, so obviously, say it's like a 70-30%. As a woman, you want to have more feminine energy. If you naturally have more feminine energy, there are some women out there that have more masculine energy naturally. And if it feels good for them, it feels good for them. But I'm speaking to the woman that has gone through the whole hustle and grind, and it's exhausting and it's tiring, and they just want to be more feminine, right? Because in your ability to attract, in your ability to be a magnet is so incredibly beautiful. It makes life so much more fun and free-flowing. And when you attract and when you magnetize opportunities to you, when you don't have to go out there and do anything, how good does that feel? And when you are able to understand this at a deep core, like in your cellular level, on a cellular level, that's when things really change in your life. Like that's when money and opportunities and men come to you, and it makes life just so much more fun. You're just more magnetic. Okay, so that is, in a nutshell, masculine and feminine energies. And to be able to heal both, you do have to look into your mother line and your father line and understand, okay, what did my mom teach me about being a woman? What did my dad teach me about my own masculine energy, right? And if you see that your masculine energy is quite toxic, it's perhaps what you saw from your dad or what you saw from your mom growing up. Maybe your mom's masculine energy was, she was the breadwinner, she was the one taking care of the family, and maybe your dad, as his masculine energy, was quite wounded. Maybe he was more, if your dad was a very emotional man, like for example, my dad was very emotional, very angry, very explosive, that is his wounded feminine, because the feminine energy is very emotional. So my dad was very in his wounded feminine, and you can see that because of the relationship that he had with his mother. So it's so interesting when you unwind your family dynamics, your mom, your dad. Blows your mind when you understand. Like I want you to do this journaling activity where you write down your mom and your dad's line, and then in your mom's line, her feminine and masculine energies, and then in your dad's line, his feminine and his masculine energy. Okay, this is going to give you such a beautiful eye-opener into you and why you are the way that you are and your energies. Okay, so that's why feminine and masculine energy is important. If you're jumping on late, I highly recommend that you watch this from the beginning, because this is extremely valuable to understand. We all hold masculine and feminine energies within us. Now, when you want to heal these both energies, because you do need to heal both, it's not just like, I need to heal my feminine energy, I need to be more feminine, I need to be more masculine, I need to be more feminine. You don't, like, what do I need to do? It's nothing like that. It's more so the coming home back to yourself And whenever you do healing, you are coming back more home to yourself. Whenever you unwind your onion, peel back the layers of an onion. The more you peel back layers of an onion, the more you're coming back home to yourself. So you don't actively need to heal anything. Heal your feminine and masculine energy per se. Your focus has become more to, when you heal anything and you do the inner work, you start to become more naturally who you are, more feminine or more masculine, if that's, you know, who you are deep down in your core, right? So if you start to do the inner work and you start to heal, and by the way, I have all of the tools to be able to do that in the Neuro Manifestation course, which you can get at the link in my bio, you will be able to come home more to yourself. And if your natural essence is feminine energy, okay, great. Now you just allow yourself to dance in the shower, to move your body, to not care what others think about you, to stop controlling the outcome, right? To be able to flow with life, to dance with life, to allow and attract. And you can start feeling good, right? You know, hygiene, doing your makeup, doing your nails, dressing more feminine, wearing dresses and skirts. Like, those are more of the superficial and surface level things. I personally have done it because I feel I enjoy it. When I look good, I feel good, and the world treats me differently. Personally, it's been a huge eye-opener. Like, when I wear dresses, people genuinely love doing stuff for me. Like, I will go out in the world and people will open doors for me. They will make sure that I'm safe, and they're like, it's a different energy when you go out there and you look the part as well. And you'll only feel safe to look the part if you've done the inner work. Because I can tell you, the moment I started putting on dresses because someone told me on the internet to be more feminine and feminine energy is better, or whatever, nothing really changed. I was still a man inside, but I looked like a woman on the outside. I love that line. I was still a man inside, but I was still... Sorry, I was a woman in the inside, but I still looked like a man on the outside. Oh my god, I just completely... excuse me. I was a man inside, but I looked like a woman on the outside. That's what I was trying to say. Because the surface level dresses and the makeup and the nails and making yourself look prettier with the external things is not actually shifting what's going on underneath. It can for a little bit, but what happens when you take all those dresses off? When you take your hair and your makeup out, what are you left within? Okay, so this actually even ties into the foundation of your self-worth. This ties into who you are at your core. Because if you don't have a foundation of self-worth, then your confidence, because of your title, because of how you look, right? We all grow old and we change our job titles and we lose money and like your bank account changes, you become a mom, your belly becomes big. If you don't have the foundation within of who you are and how much you love yourself and the worth that you have within yourself, the self-confidence of the external, of what you've achieved, like your job title and the money that you've made and how good you look on the outside, when that is gone or slightly molded, or you know, someone didn't text you back, or you don't let's say something changes in your external, right? Like someone says something to you in your workplace, you lose your job, you start to crash and burn inside because you lose that self-worth that you have within, right? Drop an emoji in the chat if you resonate with that, because I definitely went through that, where I placed all my worth on my external, and that is dangerous, because when you lose all of that, then who are you within? You start to feel worthless. You start to feel like, who am I? I don't know who I am. I feel like shit. And that's why it's so important to build your self-worth from inside out. I will never shut up about doing the inner work, because if one day all of that is gone, you still love yourself. You understand that you are worthy because you, out of billions of sperm on this earth, decided to come into form. God loves you for that. Like, you are so valuable and you are already worthy because you exist. The fact that you get to breathe oxygen, right? Everything is perspective. Everything's perspective. I can go on for days about self-worth and building that foundation, but we're here for feminine energy. So let's talk about feminine energy today. Okay, so how are we going to enhance your feminine energy to manifest or to attract that love, right? Lost a job recently and felt like my confidence was lost all of a sudden. Yeah, Sadia, that's exactly what I mean. It's this, if something external changes, which things change all the time, you lose your job, you lose, someone doesn't text you back, or someone says something to you about yourself, you have a fight with a family member, like, those are all external things. Those are things that will happen. But if you don't have that foundation, like I mentioned within, of creating that self-worth, of realizing, hang on, if I exist and out of billions of sperm, and I can walk, I can experience life, I love myself, I can see myself as worthy just because I'm alive. That's a great foundation that you can have. Then anything, if you don't realize that already from within, because right, we need the foundation of a building, otherwise the building will topple. So if you imagine like there's no foundation and you're building this tall as skyscraper, and then something happens and someone says to you, you lose your job, you go through a breakup, your whole world crumbles because you've attached your identity, you've attached your worth to something that had no foundation underneath. But if you had the strong foundation underneath, whatever happens on the outside, you lose your job, you go through a breakup, someone says something mean to you, I don't know, what else can happen in the external? Yes, it may hurt for a little bit, but you feel strong in who you are. You are like unwavering, like no fucks given. You're still able to build and move on from that very quickly, like just a matter for a few moments. And it's like self-worth is the foundation and self-confidence is your external. Your self-confidence is the part where we'll start to build. So like, for example, your accolades, your titles, your career, and etc. So then you'll be able to have that strong foundation, and you be unstoppable. Basically, you'll have such strong self-worth within yourself. Okay, there's a really beautiful book called Worthy. If you don't know the brand, the makeup brand It Cosmetics, it was the founder that wrote that book, which is really good. I highly recommend that book if you are wanting to learn more about worth and self-confidence. How can you manifest guy friends instead of lovers? Does it involve having more self-confidence? So when you want, okay, this is how I see things. Men will, if they pay any sort of attention or they want to spend alone time with you, I always see men as, okay, it's like, okay, let me give you an analogy. The ocean is so beautiful. The ocean, everyone loves the ocean. Everyone loves the beach. I hope you love the beach as well. You love the ocean. And the water is very representative of female energy. Very representative of female energy. And this female energy, or feminine energy, it like everyone loves that, right? Everyone loves the ocean. So what I'm trying to say is that men, unless they have like a partner, or they're truly someone that is just wanting a friendship, in my experience, men always want something deeper, or they always have something in the back of their mind, like whether they fall for you. If you're an attractive woman, they fall for you, or they want something out of you. Not all the time, right? I'm not generalizing this to men, like not every single man, but if you're in a partnership, having a guy best friend wouldn't go well with your male partner, because your male partner would want you to see him as his best friend, right? So if you want to manifest guy friends, I would actually ask yourself, why does it need to be guy friends? Why can't you have female friends, right? Could it be that you have certain beliefs around female friends that they might hurt you, or that maybe guy friends are better? Like what's the reason that you want guy friends as opposed to female friends? Because I definitely had that belief for a very long time that I wanted guy friends, and then every single guy friend I had always wanted more. And realizing that having a close circle of soul sisters, of strong women that support you, is going to be so much more valuable than wanting guy friends. Yeah, you can have friends of both genders. So is it something that then you do have to set boundaries? It's really just setting boundaries of like, if you're coming into a friendship and they are crossing boundaries and wanting to take it to the next step and try things that like getting intimate with you, or trying to overstep your boundaries, you do have to speak up and be like, hey, no, look, I'm looking for a friendship. I'm really just looking for a friendship. I don't want to continue anything further than that. Like it's not going to be less or more than that. And if they don't respect you, then they're not good friends. They're not good friends anyway. So setting boundaries, I would say, is going to be really important if you want to continue having male friends, and if they're not respecting that boundary. So yeah, I'm going to move forward now with how to enhance and more feminine energy so you can become magnetic and manifest the love and the money that you desire. So if you want to call in and really tap into that feminine energy, it is that ability to open your heart. Okay, so how open and closed is your heart? My heart was definitely shut off. You're so welcome, Inez. My heart was definitely shut off for a very long period of time because of the pain that the masculine left me. And I went through a lot of pain, and I've done so much work on healing my heart, and like it was like this wall. It was like up, right? And I couldn't open up. I couldn't really, even though I was consciously up here mentally being like, I want a partnership, I want love. My heart was so shut off because I didn't want to get hurt again. I didn't want to feel, it was painful. So I shut my heart off to the world. And if I shut my heart off, I'm shutting off my feminine energy. Okay? So just watch how your brain speaks to your body. For example, I would, if you've been with any of my clients, which I know I had a client on here, you know that I always get you to connect to your body. And every single client session that I've had, almost every single one, my clients are deeply into this work, and they're crying, they're like sobbing. And for so long, I held space for my clients to cry and sob, but I would do that myself. I would cry and sob in my home, but for me to do that in front of other people felt like I was being a burden to them, and I would withhold myself to do it. So I wouldn't shame myself for crying, but I would shame myself for crying in front of other people because I had this underlying subconscious belief that they would find me a burden. They would think I'm like so annoying, or that I'm just a burden for having these problems, because my parents made me feel that way. And I was always left on my own devices whenever I had a problem as a child, as a little girl. And I learned this through a plant medicine ceremony because my dad would scream at me for crying. he hated crying. Like, he's like, if you cry, you're never, like, no, you can't cry. So imagine a little girl just trying to cry and holding it in. And so that was just so big for me. It was like such a big realization. It was so beautiful to see myself realize that. And when you have that awareness, you can heal it. Okay, most of the time we don't have this awareness. We don't have this tools to get into our subconscious beliefs and attract or realize, wow, this is actually the way I am because of XYZ, because of what I learned when I was younger. Yeah, I've been there too. Shitty relationships leave scars. Yeah, and the reason why we choose these shitty relationships, it starts from the first relationships with our parents, with the first men in our life. And when we see that created that pattern or that cycle, we can unwind it. We can choose a new story. Because the minute I started unwinding my belief systems around men, the type of men that came into my life completely changed. I started attracting masculine men that were kind, that were like really that treated me with amazingly. And it's just so amazing to see what this work can do when you change and when you choose a different story. And hello, my love, Amber. And just from changing and healing those beliefs, it's like every time a new man that comes into my life, they just evolve, or they shift and they change each and every single time. And they evolve because you get to change your beliefs. You get to evaluate, okay, this is what happened with this man that I attracted into my life. What went wrong? And then asking yourself, what are the beliefs that came up? So for example, say you attracted a man into your life and maybe he wasn't very communicative, or maybe he was emotionally unavailable. So then you ask yourself, okay, what was in my energy, or what is in my belief system that shared that I was emotionally unavailable? Maybe deep down I am. So then really evaluating and then rewiring that belief. Because if you have the tools to rewire that belief, then you can do that, right? Yes, emojis in the chat. You can do that every single time you attract a new person into your life. So then once you are able to up level each and every single time, the caliber and the type of person or the type of man that comes into your life changes, and they just start to get better, like a little bit better each time, because you keep evaluating your beliefs, because you keep molding and shifting. It's like, okay, what am I missing? Does that make sense? Like, leave me an emoji in the chat if that makes sense. You get to change the people that you attract in your life because you do the inner work, because you change your beliefs, you change the stories that you tell yourself. Because then it's not just who you attract, but it's who you tolerate and who you allow into your life. And when you set more standards and when you set more boundaries with the people in your life, the better and the more beautiful and the deeper and the quality of person just starts to get better and better. And obviously with clarity, because you know exactly what it is that you want. So for example, if you're trying to attract a certain type of man into your life or a partnership, and you have written down all these things that you want in a man, so you have very clear goals and intentions of what you look for, what traits you're looking for, you then know exactly, okay, this is the only type of person I'm gonna date, right? It is the attraction, right? This masculine and feminine aspect, because you do attract, but it's also who you allow and who you tolerate in your life. If you have no direction of where you want to go and you're just allowing random people, or you just like the whole numbers game in business and in dating, I don't believe in that. Because if you have clarity on, say, your ideal client, and you have clarity on, for example, the type of man that you want in your life, right? Then you will filter out anyone that doesn't align with those values, that doesn't align with those traits. Hello, Santi. And so it's just what you allow and what you tolerate based on your standards and based on your boundaries and based on because you have utmost clarity in what it is that you want. And that is the act of manifestation. Because what you do have in your brain is what we call a reticular activating system. And this reticular activating system, it is a network of neurons in your brain that filters out and it pays attention to anything that you place importance on. So say you are working on your affirmations, you've gotten really clear on the amount of money that you want to make. Say it's $25,000, right? Or say it's the type of person that you want to attract in your life. You have the utmost clarity in what it is that you want. So then when you spot them in your reality, you give your time and you give your attention to those people and to those things that will bring you closer towards your goals. Okay, how do you find your program belief system to change? So you do have to be very aware of your subconscious beliefs, and you can find out what your triggers are. You can find out, for example, what are the things that you get triggered on a day-to-day basis. Okay, those are really good indicators of your subconscious beliefs. How does your body feel towards money, or how does it feel towards love? If it triggers you in some sort of way, that's something from your subconscious, which I love that, because your subconscious will always, it's a bit challenging for someone who isn't aware of how to reach to their subconscious beliefs if you're not used to it. But for example, if you're seeing a recurring pattern come up in your life, like for example, if you notice, oh, okay, I'm spending this much, or I am always attracting this certain level of person, that's what is in your subconscious. If you look at your life right now and you don't like what you see, if you notice a certain pattern, and if you notice a certain thought that continuously comes up and is reoccurring, that is typically what is in your subconscious mind. How do you find? And if you believe, for example, so in the neuromanifestation course, I actually take you A to Z on how to find every single program belief and how to rewire it and clear it. So you can get that at the top of my page and even watch the free masterclass, just because you will have so much value in that free masterclass anyway. So your triggers are going to be so powerful in understanding, okay, this is what is in my subconscious, or this is what is what I am repressing or suppressing within my body. And your subconscious is very connected to your body, the sensations in your body. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. It needs to be heard and shared to the masses. You're welcome. How do we reconcile the existence of suffering and injustice in the world with the idea of a high power or universal order? Is there universal truth or morality that guides our actions, or is everything subjective? Okay, so I really see if you look up the balance of good and bad in the world, right? There is the universal law of polarity. There's good, there's bad, there's night, there's day, there's moon, there's sun, there's men, there's women, there's feminine energy, masculine energy. Okay, so we need both in order to see each other. We wouldn't understand that there is light without darkness. We wouldn't understand that there are good if there's no bad. So the darkest and darkest of days that you've ever had, and you've had the best of days, you understand that they're the best of your days because you've had the darkest of days. Does that make sense? You can only go through, it's like going through a really terrible breakup and heartbreak, or you going really broke. You're like, I really don't want to be broke again, or I really don't want to be heartbroken again. So you know now, okay, I won't date this type of person that doesn't align with my values or my future vision or my future goals. Or I won't spend this much money unconsciously again, or I'm going to now do whatever I can to create financial intelligence so I'm never going to be broke again. Through those dark moments, allow you to see what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. It allows you to give you clarity on, okay, I'm never going to let this happen again. Or now I know what it is that I want. Because we can now see each other. We can now see the good and the bad. To see the lightness and the darkness. It's like there is... Good and bad is a very human thing. The idea of good and bad is the perception. Like we do have negative energies, and then we've got more positive energies that where we spread love and light, and we're connected to our heart, and we treat our life with reverence, and we're aligned with our soul in order to live a life. Oh, iPhones are funny. So that we live a life that is in alignment, and it's filled with love, and we are here for purpose, and that feels good, and that feels like we are living true to ourselves because we are in service to other humans, to the evolution of humankind. I also do believe that everything is subjective. Like everything is subjective in the world. I love this question, by the way, because the thing is, there is 8 billion people in the world, and there is a scientist who actually truly believes that we live in a VR simulation. Like he actually proves this with science. It's a very interesting podcast episode. I can send it to you. But he truly believes that everything is subjective except for math. Math is the most objective thing that we have. But because we see everything, like if right now I don't see the moon, so technically what he says is that the moon doesn't exist. If I don't see you, you technically don't exist until I see you again. Like it's a very interesting podcast episode that I just love the topic on this. And then the universe or the source or God, whatever you like to call it, the higher power. It's like the idea that Hitler, for example, went to heaven because he came on Earth to create evolution for mankind. And this is a very polarizing topic to talk about because not a lot of people can understand this, but his mission was to do all those horrible things in order for that bad to be perceived, and so that humankind will know the pain and the end of that spectrum of the bad, right? So that evolution, and as humans we grow and we evolve and we become better people and better humans. And because that happened, so many people remorsed and were empathized with the whole subject, and now it's really taking that deeper level. People know that they never want to do that again. They never want to harm a human being or create that terrible circumstances in war. So it's a very interesting topic. I didn't expect to go into into this one, but it's in the book Conversations with God. Pretty sure I recommended it to you. Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. Amazing book that I highly recommend to everyone. Hopefully that answers your question. So, oopsies. Okay. So understanding feminine and masculine polarities, so that we can both as both men and women understand how we can come back home to ourselves, attract either the opposite of our partner, because for example, if you're too much in your masculine energy as a woman, you will tend to attract more feminine men that are not able to provide, protect you. They are someone that is maybe more passive, more laid back. They don't want to plan dates. They don't want to create that security for you in the home space. And as women, we start to become really resentful because when we're pregnant, when we have children, what tends to happen is that we need someone to protect, provide, create that safety for us. When we're pregnant, we can't go out and work and make money because we are literally creating a child. Our body, our hormones don't have the capacity to be able to do that. And that's why I'm so passionate about this topic, because we need strong women, we need strong men in their feminine and masculine energies, right? And it's not like I'm just a woman, I'm going to be completely in my feminine energy, I'm going to be and do nothing. Here I am. I've created structure in my life where I'm saying I'm going to be here every Monday to serve you. I'm going to do it because that's my masculine energy, to come in, to, to pursue my passions, to serve my clients, to serve my community. And that's my masculine energy. But it's not from a place of, because I used to be quite wounded in my masculine energy, where I would criticize myself. I'm like, oh, you're so fucking lazy. Like, why are you not productive today? You need to do more. You can't cry. Like, this. Why are you crying? It's nothing to cry about. Why are you being upset about this? That was literally my masculine energy. That was toxic. And that was so critical of myself. Critical of myself for feeling, for wanting to listen to music, wanting to do something that wasn't productive. That was me that was my wounded masculine energy within me. And that mirrored my father, because that was the first masculine energy that I experienced. The divine feminine, the feminine energy within us, is our ability to be creative, the ability to tap into source, to be intuitive, right? And we both, men and women, need that. We need a healthy balance of both. Okay, I really want this to land with you, because the internet doesn't really talk about it. They just talk about either being really feminine or really masculine. And we need a healthy balance of both in order to thrive in relationships. Because if I was a woman that didn't have any ambition or didn't have any drive and just kind of was really submissive, and not even submissive, like I'm just doing nothing all day I'm literally just doing nothing all day besides, taking care of the kids or baking or cooking or just like dancing all day. Like, that is beautiful in itself. However, I know that it is also very attractive to a man for me to be someone that is passionate about what I do, is going out there and being able to be somewhat independent, because not hyper independent, like I don't need anyone, I'm gonna do everything on my own, but someone that is passionate and is able to be in the pursuit of what I love and what I do, which is, I love what I do. I love supporting and serving my audience and my clients. If this resonates, put an emoji in the chat. And that feminine energy within us is magnetic. It's our ability to magnetize money, clients, able to magnetize it's the ability to open our heart, magnetize that partner into your life. Right? So when you understand that you do need both, you need a healthy balance of both masculine and feminine energies, and you are able to have that healthy balance of both, your life, your finances, your health, your relationships will begin to thrive. Yes. And it's understanding things at a subconscious level. So I love subconscious work because it is tucked in. And right now I'm watching a Netflix show, which I never watch Netflix, but I'm watching it because it's actually about family trauma, like family generational trauma, and it's really, really good. It's called Another Self. It's a Turkish show on Netflix, and it really dives deep into generations of family patterns. Oh, I'm really excited. I wanted to tell you this, but last night I was doing a hypnosis, and I have these hypnosis, by the way, in my neuromanifestation course, but I was doing a hypnosis, And I had this huge fear about losing everything, like losing money, losing literally everything. And I realized that this fear actually came from generations. So it can be past life, it can be generations of your family. So it can be up to 7 generations of your family, which is pretty crazy because it's your great grandmothers that you picked up. And the reason why you have certain fears is due to your great grandparents, your parents, even if you were in the womb. And I 2 days ago I did another hypnosis where there was this fear of never having enough, never having enough resources. And I went all the way back to when I was 5 or 6 months pregnant in the womb with my mum, and just crying and bawling my eyes out from that was such a relief, like such a big release, that I remember just coming out of it. I'm like, wow, that was amazing. And just from doing that, I just feel so much lighter. I'm able to go full force into my business. I'm able to attract money, attract clients and attract the people that I want in my life. It becomes really fulfilling when you do the deeper work, because otherwise, if you don't heal it at a subconscious level, you will repeat this pattern again and again and again. No matter how much action you take in your business, in your life, you try to change countries, you try to change businesses, you try to change your friends. If you don't tackle the subconscious root and the subconscious pattern, you will repeat the pattern again and again. And I will not stress this enough, because I see so many people, by the way, that was me previously, so not just you. I see so many people try to do the external things, like I'm going to change businesses, I'm going to date different men, I'm going to try this type of men, I'm never going to date finance men again, or I'm never going to like I'm gonna choose better next time. Like, it doesn't work like that. It's all subconscious. You need to change it at a subconscious level before you create any sort of permanent change in your life. How do you cope with being triggered by family members because they have ruined past? Perfect question. You can't change anyone. Yeah, you can't change your family. You can't change how they treat you. You can't change who they are and their essence. But the only thing that you can change is your response to it. How you show up in the conversation, how you show up with this family member. So, for example, if they say something that is really mean, really harsh, obviously, it's so easy with family to get triggered. I understand this firsthand. You don't feel loved, you don't feel seen by them. They say something horrible. I want you to change that program, change that wiring in your brain. And I want you to take a step back. If you take some time, if you feel really triggered and you feel really upset, take some time and walk out of the scene. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to punch a pillow in a safe space. But breathing through it, really crying, allowing yourself to feel your emotions, allowing yourself to cry, allowing yourself to process whatever you need to process. And then once you are not triggered, you're just stable. Like right now you're calm, you're centered, you're confident. If I said to you like, you're just worthless, whatever, like it doesn't, if I was your family member right now and I said something super mean to you, you probably wouldn't feel so triggered, or you wouldn't care because I'm not your family member. Or right now you just feel really calm, you feel really centered, right? Maybe someone says like, oh, you're an orange, and you're like, I'm not an orange, so you don't get triggered. We only get triggered because we feel like there's some part of us that believes that it could be true, or that it might be true. So because of that, if it feels true, if it feels like there is a part of you that believes it, that's why it can feel really painful and feel really triggering. Okay, so I would really take a step back, really just allow yourself to process, cry, move that energy out of your body. And then when you can come back to the situation and your nervous system is regulated, you will know the best thing to say and how to respond to them. Okay, my love, I went way over time, but I had so much fun. I will see you next Monday. Please check out the free masterclass in my link in bio, because I will teach you how the neuroscience of manifestation, neuroscience of love, neuroscience of money, how to manifest it into your life. And it's super valuable. It's free. It's a free masterclass. Get into the free masterclass. And obviously, if you want to take it into the next step further, you get to enroll into the neuromanifestation course. The neuromanifestation course goes step by step on how to rewire your brain, regulate your nervous system, tap into your feminine energy, how to release stuck energy from your body, connect to your higher self. You have every single subconscious rewiring modality tool in there in order for you to manifest the love and the money that you desire. I just came across you by accident. Keep doing what you do. Oh, sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. It's been such a pleasure. I'm going to do these lives more often. So every Monday, come around to this time, because I love supporting you. I love making sure that you have whatever you want in this world, because you are a powerful creator. And I'm just super excited. If you have any questions, send me a DM. I'm also opening spots for private coaching. If you want to understand how to rewire, heal your subconscious patterns in dating, in money, so that they never come back again, I am opening 3 spots for private coaching. But otherwise, you can get into the neuromanifestation course right now. You get a $500 off. So if you use the code NEURO, you can get it for $500 off in the neuromanifestation course. I'm gonna put it pinned here. But yeah, you get to really dive into your own learning. So my love, I will see you in the next live. Have an amazing rest. Oh my god, the freaking filter I was like, why do I look so weird? I will see you in the next live. Next Monday, you can join me and have more questions, because if you have any questions as well, send me a DM and then I will answer it next Monday on the live. And take this tool. If you came on late, watch the replay, because there's a journaling activity for you to do as well to see what your beliefs are. And watch the replay. I love you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.